Namaste. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome. Welcome back. It's time for Temperance, number 14. So, welcome. If you're just tuning in, my name is Sadhana, and I'm here tonight and tomorrow as well, doing readings for your card ahead for 2021. We've had some pretty powerful readings tonight. And in the description box below each of the readings, I put a very brief description of who the reading is for. And if you're not sure how to calculate your card for the year, I did a video at 6 p.m. Pacific tonight, just kind of discussing that. So we're looking at Temperance. And I put a crystal on top of the Swords card just to remind me. I just wanted to say something because as I was shuffling the swords, the cards cut so intentionally, it was like it wasn't my hand cutting the cards. It was one of those magical cuts. All right, so the crowd is back. Thank you for coming back. Our little gathering is back, I should say. Hello again, Jen, Jamie, Sunny, Joseph. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Okay. Let's think about 14. Let's think about 14, this card. Have you ever had a time in your life, and maybe this could have been a moment where life was so in balance, it just felt magical? I think we've all glimpsed that from time to time. I'd be curious to know when that was and how you experienced that. And sometimes we need to go back to those memories so we can remember how important temperance is. And whether temperance, sometimes I feel temperance can be really painful, but it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. It's a choice. And also, I think if it becomes a way of life, it's so much easier. You have things set up in a way in your home, in your space, where they're easy. So I'm thinking, like, I just recently set up one of the corners in my bedroom where I am doing a Shakti meditation and studying a book. And so I'm setting up a corner where I have everything I need for that. And I have one more thing to set up. And it's quite a big project. It's not really a project. It's a sadhana. I have one more thing I need to do so that it's super easy. And so I think, what's the expression, like half the something is in the preparation. And those of us who cook for a family know that, right? It takes hours and hours to make a family meal. Sometimes it can take hours and hours, especially if it's a special occasion. And then everybody sits down and eats it in 5 minutes. It's like, oh my God. So why am I talking about this? I think temperance can be challenging because our culture, our society wants us to live in extremes. Our culture wants us to run really far, really fast, uphill. Our culture wants us to do things to the nth degree. It's just the way our like, and I've stepped away from that, but I was married to that for over 25 years or so. And it's exhausting. And when things are exhausting, they're very hard on your physical, emotional, mental, spiritual bodies. So take this as a year of healing. See, spiritual, sacred healing. Yeah. I know I asked you a couple questions. I'm going to look at the chat in a second. I'm just reflecting on the hourglass. There's a story in the guidebook about, ooh, this is an interesting card. I don't think I've drawn this one before. All right, so let me go to the chat. Oh, you're welcome, Sunny. I'm just saying to Andrew's Ayurveda course. This is actually really cool. Oops, where's my hand? There we go. It's chrysocolla with malachite, I believe. Chrysocolla with malachite, I think. It's very cool, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, I didn't need, oh, shoot. Oh, no, it's right here. It's right here. Whew. Your card. It's really beautiful. Oh, it's lotus. It's lotus tree. So does that mean magnolia? I don't know if that means magnolia. Anyway, I'm just going to read the message. Fulfillment. Ooh, that's a nice message. The ancients wrote of the lotus tree as the bearer of fruit with the power to lure individuals into lengthy idleness. Those who consumed obviously it's not. Those who consumed this fruit required coercion to re-engage in their life. Yet idleness in and of itself is not favorable, at least until it hinders your ability to achieve your hopes and dreams. I'm just looking because I'm just trying to think. Idleness, temperance. What is this? How does this connect? It is ambivalence which breeds ennui, a feeling of dissatisfaction derived from inaction. When we permit the world to devise our life, our wishes remain unrealized. To attain fulfillment, get to know who you are and then take action. It's this is the Two of Wands. I'm just thinking. I'm thinking. Two of Wands. Okay, so this is the card that really wanted to be in this reading. Okay, we've had this card before tonight. So for those of you that have temperance, this is kind of a harsh message, you know, like I feel like I'm just contemplating what I said here. I'm looking at this Two of Wands, looking at this, and I'm thinking, well, if you had done something about this, did this need to happen? Like, did this happen because you were sitting back on your duff? I know this is of the mind and all of that, but this one may be a little trickier to weave together. The Keeper of Magic. Okay, I'm going to read to you just a little bit from Avalon's story because this might help. So the reason there is an hourglass on this card is that in the world of bone stone, parents, guardians, heads of tribes, and those of divine authority would handpick adolescents of age and send them into the wilderness in the middle of the world in search of the hourglass of life and death. After months of braving the elements, one would at last reach it, and there on bended knee, without food, water, or aid, the worthy would wait for their blessing, a blessing of alchemical knowledge, of an enduring understanding of fusion and synthesis, and the secrets of life and death. Once the blessing had been given, the youth could return to their tribe, ready to claim sovereignty and henceforth be considered a healer. Temperance can also indicate finding a sacred balance and the ability to identify and implement harmony in your life. Heal through reconciliation, moderate without taking full control. This is a good one. Moderate without taking full control. Guide instead of govern. Guide instead of govern. Whoa, these are real nuggets here. And allow yourself the opportunity to see your situation from a variety of perspectives. These approaches allow for a more rationalized outlook whereby a state of calm and the much sought after middle ground is made clear. Okay, so this is not the middle ground, right? This is not temperance. This is, so I guess part of your process this year is, oh, then we have the King of Pentacles. Why all this earthy energy? Look at all the green here. So much green, so much earth. So perhaps your medicine in this year is, you know, you need to keep your feet on the ground. You need to be grounded, be in nature. You know, all of those earthy kinds of messages we give in readings. A lot of green here. A lot of green. So I'm going to go with, you know, green foods. Let's go back to the message of temperance, green foods. But again, you know, it's about balance. This is 10 of Cups, which looks a bit like the hourglass. Look within. Okay, so this is definitely the hardest reading of the night. Like the most, you know, the one it's making me work here. Definitely making me work. Burdock. Burdock. Okay. All right, temperance people. Perhaps there's a lot of green also in that Ace and that 10 of Cups. And I'm just kind of wondering if that is not your comfort zone. And so all this green is being introduced here as a way to bring you back to balance through greens. Maybe you're the kind of person that hates vegetables. You know, maybe we don't have to make this so complicated. The keywords for burdock are harvest, purification, and attachment. It may mean that you need to consider freeing yourself of an influence or a habit that is no longer serving, which now become toxic. So, you know, that's the kind of card you would expect to come up, you know, with a devil reading. Treat this as a process of harvesting and separate the wheat from the chaff. Ooh, that's a really good metaphor. Recognize that even the most negative experiences offer valuable learning, and see if you can extract this learning so that you can move on to a new phase of life. Okay. So many layers, hey? Okay. So let's find, how much time do I have? Let's just, let's find the, okay, so this is 14. I have one more. Okay. Let's find the common thread, you know, like the common shapes. We have green. I'm really intrigued with this card here. Can we go here and just kind of reflect on look within? What do you see? I see the internal architecture of an ear. I see a snail. I see an embryo. I don't know. I feel like there's a few things that need to be dissected here, to be digested and to be unpacked. And I want to go, yeah, like this is the Two of Wands. You know, like I feel like this is a very new adventure for you. Like temperance is a new adventure. Temperance is not going to be easy. Temperance is you're a bit of a rookie in the temperance department, and so hence all these greens here. This raven watching over you, and this burdock reminding you, you know, of that devil-like message. I want to read this again. Right? So this one was speaking to idleness. So maybe, okay, I think I got it. So we're talking idleness here, and the burdock was talking to, remember I said, oh, this sounds like the devil. Freeing yourself of an influence that is no longer serving you and which has become toxic. So my question is, what is making you idle? What is making you idle? And that's what needs to come into balance this year, that which is making you idle. And this one here, this Five of Swords, I almost feel like you pick fights. You like to argue, but it's not serving you at all. It's not serving. It's It's exhausting you. I talked about this at the beginning. So I think this is a good way to kind of wind this up and to bring this full circle. So when we feel exhausted and burnt out and run down, it takes a toll on our kidneys and our adrenals, and it often manifests in the shoulders. And our back body is tired. And so we want to make sure that we stay warm. And having this card of Temperance as your card for the year is really about learning that, like, how to do and just enough. Like, if you have been really, really idle, you don't want to pick up and become super, super active. You want to slowly build your way and get stronger and build your physical stamina and your mental stamina, your emotional stamina. But you need to get going. That's abundantly clear. And nutrition seems to be a huge part of this as well. I haven't really addressed the 10 of Cups. So the 10 of Cups is the saturation, the fulfillment of the suit of water. And the Ace of Cups in this suit is a really interesting, I think it's worthwhile me pulling out the Ace so you can see the Ace and the 10 side by side. The Ace is the moon, the red moon. There's light. There's a lot of light shining here. I know this says look within, but in a way, I'm sensing you're not going to have to go too deep. This to me looks more like a tympanic, like an ear thing, like just listen. Just listen. You know what this feeling is. You know what this potential feels like. I feel like you've been really, really healthy before. You've had that experience of balance before. Like, you know what that feels like. And now you just need to spend a year regrouping and retraining yourself so that you can feel well again. What do we got happening over here? I see a snail shell. I see a coiled serpent, digestive system, layers of an onion. Cup of beginning into spiral of life. Beautiful. Integrating intuition and logic, spirit and ego. Tension and conflict. There is tension and conflict there. And let's go to Jen, the last comment Jen made here. Perhaps it's the conflict and arguments you've been having with yourself causing the external stress as well. And you would be fully aware of how that external stress is manifesting. And I just have this gut feeling it's on your skin. Don't know why, but I just feel it's on your skin. Okay. And another one. Well, it's not done. I'm happy to chat about these more if you want to chat about them more. And so what I've said in all of these readings is that if there's a card or there's something, you know, you want me to pull out of one of these cards, all you need to do is to comment below, and I can go back. And one of the reasons for doing all these separately this year is so that they're easier to refer to. And I may very well do a follow-up for some of these or all of these later in the year. So yeah, so thanks for being here. So there's one more tonight before I bring in the new year, and that is the Devil card, which was my card for this year. Yeah. So one more to go. Hi, Ange. Hello. So we'll see you all very, very shortly for the final card tonight. And if Jamie is here in the chat, then we can do a fun little reading for some clues about naming Jamie's YouTube channel. That would be fun. Okay. So we'll see you very shortly. It's 2:25 a.m. where you are. That's right. You're 3 hours ahead of me. Okay, cool. Well, we'll see you guys shortly. Okay. Bye for now. Namaste.